Boom. AOA podcast back for another episode. Lots to discuss. You can't hear her, but you could see her. Cuddles in the house. What up, Cuddles?
What up, everyone?
Gilgo Beach serial killer. The investigation continues. We're adding multiple states and little theory on his brother and this Carolina investigation that's going on. We'll hit it all. Disney rumors spilling everywhere. They're selling off their TV divisions, maybe even selling the whole darn company. We'll dive into that as well. This Delta delay that had people just getting sick and soiling themselves, all kinds of craziness there to talk about. Speaking of craziness, Adam 22 and the Lena the Plug drama continues. We've got some crazy McDonald's prices to discuss. Netflix is running a big con on us, and 45% of people under 30 have done this.
Threesomes.
It's a good guess. We'll reveal what it is. 45% of people under 30 have done this. We'll let you know on this episode of the podcast. This new generation just dates differently, Cuddles.
I know.
They got different stuff going on. Hello to everybody on the live show, and hello to the replay crew. The replay crew is strong. A lot of numbers there. They want people to be known. They want the world to know that they're watching on the replay, but they can't tell us live. We can't react to it, but they're there, Cuddles. That's all that matters.
Hello.
All right, Rex Howerman and the Gilgo Beach killer investigation. Lots to talk about here. Couple of interesting tidbits. Let's start with this. It's kind of a no story, but a big trending story, and that the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, once hired Rex Howerman to do a project in Trump Tower. Kind of weird how that happens, right? This was back in 2018, October of that year. The Trump organization hired Howerman's architectural firm, with Howerman himself applying for the permits to, are you ready for this? Work on a bathroom in one of the apartments in the building. I didn't know you needed an architect to work on a bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you have to have some. I guess there needs to be plans or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, that's out of our tax bracket, babe.
Yeah, when we need to get something done in the bathroom, we call somebody we know. And like, what are you doing on Saturday? Can you help us demolish the bathroom, please?
No, we call something called YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube and figure it out on our own.
Yeah.
Never had an architect design our bathroom.
Nope.
So that's kind of interesting. The other thing that's going on is, we talked about this last episode. It's been confirmed. They pulled over 200 guns out of this guy's house.
What?
200 guns.
That's insane.
There's also a report going around that they pulled a hand grenade out of the house, which is pretty alarming for people that live on this guy's block. I saw an interview with one of his neighbors before. It was a retired firefighter who was hilarious, because he said that he goes, his wife, D, your typical Italian Massapequa dude who happens to be a firefighter. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I ran into Rex. You know, my wife likes to sunbathe out in the backyard, because we're from Bayside. We didn't have yards. So she's sunbathing out there, and so apparently it was that guy, and he did an interview on Fox News, and he said that Rex was saying inappropriate things to his wife, and he had to go straighten him out. He had to go talk to him about it.
Good old, he had to have one of those talks.
Yeah, good old Vinny the firefighter. We didn't have yards back in Queens. That's why I moved out to sunny Massapequa Park. But he said after he spoke to Rex, he kind of really backed down a bit. He didn't really say much after that. But he did mention that his wife, because a lot of people are starting to wonder where his wife is in all of this. Mm-hmm. This neighbor, and I saw another interview with another neighbor who said his wife is just as big of a weirdo as he is. Like people kind of forget and don't really realize, but Like everybody's like, oh, the poor wife, the poor kids, definitely the poor kids. But the wife, it's just wife seems like just as big of a weirdo as he is.
What is that saying? Birds of a feather flock together.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like,
I
I
wouldn't
don't
be
know.
surprised if she like kind of knew something that was going on, or had an inkling like he's doing something not good. But
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but my default went to like, oh, she must be like a really, nice lady. I didn't think she was a weirdo, but everybody's saying weirdo. And you're right, birds of a feather flock together. Do you think you would have an idea that like if I was a serial killer, I feel like you would have some kind of an inkling.
yeah,
Or
100%.
if you're such a weirdo like they're saying this girl is, do you not recognize those? Like, do you not have those social cues to be like, oh, he's a weirdo because you're so weird?
You just think it's normal.
You just think it's normal because you guys are just weirdos in your weirdo
Yeah.
house?
Just weirdos together.
But at the same time, I can't help but think around gun 62, 63, you don't raise the question, do we need all of these guns?
That should be asked around gun 4, 5, 6. Not like like anything after like 10 or 20, it's like, okay, that's a little excessive. Something's not right.
It's got to feel weird. I mean, and I think he was hiding it in the basement or wherever he was, but still, you live in the house. You should know, okay, maybe you could sneak a gun or two into your home without having your significant other know, but 200 at some point.
Oh my God. Like they're in the basement. So what? She doesn't do laundry? Like laundry's not in the basement?
Yeah, it feels
We know
weird.
what like houses in Massapequa look like. I mean,
And his house was the worst one on the block.
is it true that they were saying his house looked like a hoarder's house?
Yeah, it wasn't the most well kept. In fact, Vinny the firefighter said that that was the way everybody's seeing the house right now, like that's like the nicest it's ever been. I don't know if we have J Sabs here. J Sabs, you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
What up, ho?
I just am like cleaning up a little bit, so I'm not gonna put on my cam just yet.
Okay, all right, you do your thing. You chime in when you need.
Okay. First of all, if it's the same guy that I saw, it was hysterical. Vinny the firefighter.
Yeah, I don't know what his real name was. I'm calling him Vinny, but he was a laugh
like,
riot.
Can you like be more of the exact stereotype Long Island is known for right there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I did see, like, to me, I think it was the funniest meme where there was some guy outside with the Swiffer in front of his house, and you could see the police in the back, and he's like, just minding my business, just
with a Swiffer
outside.
Yeah, well,
that would definitely be me. I'm like, this is me.
That whole block is going crazy. Like the media is like camped out over there.
Yeah.
They asked Vinny the fight. They're like, he's like, hey, I got to sneak out of my house. I had to sneak out of my house to go to the doctor, but I still gave him 30 seconds an interview with the people. They're crazy.
Okay, you know, if I lived on that block.
Oh, you would be in front of every camera.
I'd be in front of every camera, hair and makeup done perfectly every single day that I walked out of that house.
This is the most action that probably these people on that block have seen in their lives.
Right. So, what's funny is, I told you my friend's parents live like 3 blocks away, and the other day he was like, I just don't know who's going to play me in the Made for TV Lifetime movie. He's like, I just don't know. I'm like, get over yourself.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I mean, I have actually some experience in this area. It is irritating to have people standing outside your home 24 hours a day.
It's so
like, no, it is a pain in the ass. Like you can't park the car.
I'm sorry, when did this happen to you?
Oh,
from ages birth to I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
12.
okay? You mean like you can't park the car? That's what you mean, not like that. There's a news van.
No, there was.
No, I mean like the block that I grew up on was kind of a famous block, and we'd have news. This would happen from time to time, every few months or so. We'd have one of these.
I'm sorry, I'm not catching why.
All
Am
right,
I
well,
like?
see if you could help her out off the air, Cuddles.
I gotta.
On top of the on top of all this, talk about strangeness and like flouting for the cameras. Do you know who stopped by this house in Massapequa randomly on Saturday?
Oh wait, I do know because I saw it. Shit, I just saw this too. Go ahead because I'm not gonna get it right now.
Rudy Giuliani.
Yes, that's right. He begged to he begged to go in talk with someone, go in the house for
In
the
a
show.
weird move, Rudy Giuliani showed up in Massapequa Park on Saturday and asked how close he could get. Okay. Are you all right there, Janine? What is happening?
I'm breathing really heavy.
It sounds like Gandolfini digging up a grave right now. There's nothing but noise and heavy breathing.
Sorry.
Did you kill your roommate? Is that what you're doing?
I cannot confirm or deny.
All right, let me go back. Let me start over again. In a bizarre twist, Rudy Giuliani showed up at the home of the Gilgo Beach killer's house on Saturday trying to get in, or he asked, how close can I get to the house? He was talking to some of the police officers. Then he smiled for a photograph and then went on his way when he was told he couldn't get close. What is that about?
Is he looking for ideas? Because he looks a little creepy to me too.
Very creepy. And there's already insane rumors going around about how James Burke, the former police commissioner, was all involved in this and is hiding stuff. And, again, I don't want to start turning the conspiracy theory wheels going crazy because J-Sep gets too excited. But
yes, I just want to tell you something. I know a girl who used to, she used to be a female cop in Suffolk County. And I go to the gym with her, and I haven't seen her in a while because she's been away. So I said to her, "Oh my God!" As soon as I saw her yesterday, I went just nuts on her. She's like, "Oh, can you give me 1 minute?" No, I was like, "I want to know what you think." She does not think that this guy did it at all.
Oh, come on! That's crazy.
She does not think that Burke had anything to do with it either.
All right, now that's just insanely. See, I go the opposite. I think it was Burke, this dude, and probably a few other dudes.
Okay.
Oh.
If she doesn't think it's these two people, who does she think it is?
She said she was going to let me know today, and then I was late, so we couldn't talk. So don't you worry. I'm going to ask her opinion on Friday.
Find out. I feel like she's a podcast host. Like, stay tuned because after the break, we're going to reveal who we think is the fucking killer.
I mean,
but why is Giuliani showing up? I mean, that's completely random and utterly bizarre.
So weird.
Like, and I checked, there are no Four Season landscapings in the area, so that's not the reason why. He was there. That's such a good wife. She's so supportive.
I think because he's local. I think because he's a New Yorker, so maybe he was into the case like so many of us were,
Is he all the way out in Massapequa?
No.
No.
But I think he's just trying. It's for his show. So he needs to gain some kind of viewer attention. Right?
So weird. It's so weird.
He creeps me out.
What? Oh.
All right, on to the brother. So they expanded the search to Vegas because I think he's got some property in Vegas. And in South Carolina. He bought land down in Chester, South Carolina last year, right near where his brother lives. It's on the same street as where his brother lives. And the neighbors down there are freaking out because they say Rex's brother, Craig, has been living in a ramshackle home surrounded by no trespassing signs for about a decade.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, that's sus. That is so sus.
Well, there's people who are just don't want you to come near their property at all. What are they called? There's a name for them. There's a
Serial
name for them.
killers.
Yeah,
Serial killers.
exactly. Like exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Anytime you put up a sign like that, there's something up. Who's fucking coming to your house? Who?
Right.
That's a good point. Who wants to come to your house anyway?
Who is coming to your house?
Fox News interviewed 4 neighbors of Craig's down in South Carolina who said that he does not leave his house often or even talk to neighbors. But when he comes, but on the rare occasion that he does come out, he comes off a bit odd.
Well,
one neighbor described Craig as a doomsday prepper. His yard is full of junk, but he never leaves his property line.
Oh, really?
That's all you had to say.
That's it.
That's it. Doomsday prepper. That he's got his whole front yard fucking booby traps. Don't go there. Just stay away. Call whoever you have, the bomb squad, because that guy has booby traps.
Wait, hold on. I'm transferring to the other thing.
Okay.
I have to see how my hair.
You know this is a podcast and a show, not a phone call, right? You can't put us on hold.
What?
You can just not say anything, and it'll be the same thing.
Oh, hold on a minute. Okay.
She keeps saying, hold on.
She was just fucking vacuuming. I'm definite that this bitch was just vacuuming like Betty Crocker at home, vacuuming, talking on the podcast. Oh, there she is.
You okay now?
I had the wrong plugs in. I had my my phone ones in, and I'm talking, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I don't hear them. Dumb. Oof. It's steamy down here. I don't know how long I'm going to last down here. I need AC. Maybe if the roommate would put AC down here, my job.
All right, back to the brother. One neighbor said that they heard Craig one time yelling obscenities one evening at someone, calling them a whore and some other words, but they didn't get involved. That young lady's dead.
It sounds like my husband's conversation with me on Friday night. So maybe not. I'm still here.
Craig's front gate has 2 signs. One says keep out, the other no trespassing. No warrant, no entry, says another sign.
That's also a sign I put down.
Rex's properties are undeveloped and back up to a series of small connected lakes on which some residents keep boats. Craig has one rule, according to 2 neighbors: don't cut the grass on Sunday. One neighbor said he learned the hard way that Greg enforces this rule when he went to cut grass on a Sunday at the property across from Craig, which he used to own. Craig allegedly approached the neighbor from behind and hit him over the head with a steel pole.
What? Oh.
The neighbor recalled, out of nowhere, I called the police because I wasn't going to shoot him, but my wife talked me out of it. We called the police and we talked to Craig. He said, well, I told him not to cut the grass on Sunday. Serial killer behavior.
Yeah. What the fuck? That whatever water is behind their houses, that needs to be checked out because there's definitely female bodies behind there.
Here's the cherry on top of the Nut Bar Sunday. Craig handed out business cards to people on his street that included his name, followed by the words, quote, bad motherfucker, end quote, and his phone number. So it literally said, Craig Hewerman, bad motherfucker, and then had his phone number underneath.
God.
You can't tell me there's not bodies in and around that guy's property.
100%. They need to start digging. Anywhere that looks like there's new grass or something's been tampered with, there's a female right there.
There's just no fucking way. There's just no way. Last thing on the Gilgo Beach killer, Suffolk County cops ignored a key tip in the case for over a decade and had a general description of the suspect and a make and model of the car he drove, which they failed to act upon for 13 years.
Not surprising. We live in Suffolk County. Have you seen how everything else is run out here?
Oh, please. Let me just tell you something. Only because it's directly related. The crossing guards are hired by the police here, right? Today, I told some old lady that she needs to retire soon because I went off on her.
A crossing guard you're arguing with now?
They're like the sweetest people.
Oh no, she was not sweet. She was not sweet.
I don't care for the way you're angrily holding that screwdriver. Is there blood on the end of that? What's at the
Is
end?
that
Please
a
hold that
I
up
don't
to
know.
me.
I didn't even realize it was one.
I'm getting a little nervous.
Clearly they didn't know what they were doing. And she told me to move up, and then she told another car to go. So now I'm in the crosswalk, and she goes to me, "Well, you're in my crosswalk." And I'm like, "You told me to move up." So she's like, "Oh, you're in my crosswalk." So then she says it again. So now I went, okay, you want to play this, lady? Okay. So now it's not my turn to go. Pulled down my window all the way. I said, "You are the one who told me to move up. Maybe it's time to fucking retire." And then I got yelled at from my kid for cursing.
Okay, when your 5-year-old is the biggest adult in the car.
But I'm not kidding you. Everybody who was right there was flabbergasted at how this woman was directing traffic.
Wait, what? Why is she working? It's
Summer
the summer.
Summer school. I didn't realize that.
Why
But
did you listen to her? Nobody listens to the crazy old lady with the signs. You just let them help people cross the street every now and then, and you ignore them.
No, I'm just tired. I was like, lady, what are you doing? This lady who was coming this way was like, she like her mind was blown. She literally was like this, like, what the fuck? I can't believe this lady is doing this. Okay, I hate people. Go ahead. Next.
Hi to Janie and the replay crew. Janie says, "I'm your replay queen, Cuddles." So there you go. Nice to have
Aw, thank you. Oh, that's sweet.
live people and replay people all coming together here. All right, so that's the Gilgo Beach killer. I think his brother is definitely up to something. I think we're going to hear a lot more about that. People are coming out of the woodworks like crazy. Escorts and people that used to work with him, they're still doing interviews and talking about stuff. If any of that stuff comes across as interesting or noteworthy, we'll definitely bring it up. But
this is why I just stay home.
Mm.
I'm not going out. I'm not going anywhere. Don't just.
I want to go past his house. I'm probably going to do it soon. Not going to lie.
Why?
You film it for the podcast. We'll put it up on the channel.
Oh, I will. I'm itching to do it.
It's still like crazy down there.
Why?
There's one dude who I've seen 4 videos of. He hosts a podcast on the island. So I don't know what his name is. But he's every day he talks about something new. People ordering pizza. You know, he's like, look at these people having a party over here, and there's a serial killer's house. Like every day he does something.
What, people aren't supposed to eat pizza because there's
no, they have set up like legit lawn chairs on the corner, and they have like these little parties, and they have their red Solo cups. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No, it's like a big block
might have
party.
been me.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? That's Long Island. You got to understand, these people came from Queens, Janine. They didn't have these lush, lawns and driveways and such. So it's a thing to get used to. Very, very last thing. I'm sorry, I forgot about this, but Rex Howerman's attorney is talking. Did an interview with ABC News. His name is Michael Brown. He said that Rex was traumatized after his arrest.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine I get picked for the jury.
Oh,
I would. Oh my God.
I'd love that.
Sorry, I was getting a drink.
Well,
he was traumatized.
They can't do that here though, right? Is that true? They try to do it they don't try to do it someplace where everyone knows about the case. Is that still the case or no?
Sometimes. No,
Depends.
sometimes.
Okay.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever been called for jury duty. They cannot put me. Oh my God. How do you get picked for jury duty? I've never gotten a notice to even go.
Come
I'm
on.
jinxing myself right now. Where's
You are
Wood?
definitely jinxing yourself right now.
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
No, but I wouldn't make it to the end. They would, when they ask you like questions, they would be like, this bitch is fucking certifiable. Get her out of here.
Oh, I love jury duty. Like,
What? Who loves jury duty?
You have issues because you think it's a true crime podcast. That's what your problem is, and it's real life.
She is like
I haven't.
me. I'm like, ugh.
I haven't done.
Everyone is guilty. Everyone.
It hasn't been like. It's been stupid things. It hasn't been anything like exciting, like not a murder or anything. Sorry, that's what I consider exciting. Sorry.
Or like the
Sue me.
Scranton Strangler.
Right.
Oh, the Scranton Strangler. That's a big case. That is a big case. Speaking of big Disney rumors, so lots of rumors flying around. Bob Iger was given an interview to CNBC and spilled a lot of beans. And there was a couple of things that he said, which I found interesting. Like he's slowing down the pace of Marvel. He thinks Marvel is overexposed and there's been too many movies and TV shows and things. So they're slowing that down. And then he even talked about bringing on a partner for ESPN, whatever that means, and spinning off ABC into its own company. So you think that the TV division is a little too much, and they might get rid of the TV division. And they're also talking about the fact that Disney Plus is not doing well, and they might get rid of that too, which I find utterly hard to believe. Yeah.
What? Okay. I don't understand about the whole Marvel thing. Maybe they should stop making fucking movies that suck, because the Marvel movies are really great and I really like them and a lot of people like them. But these other fucking stupid movies that people are not going to see, the other Disney movies, maybe they could stop making that stupid stuff that's not really working.
Tell me, like what?
I don't know. I heard Elementals didn't do very well. Like all of these, they're trying to make these
too. Whatever was right before Elemental also didn't do well.
Yeah, there's been a lot, like one after the other.
Yeah, there's been not doing well. 2 Pixar duds in a row. I don't know what the other one was. I forget.
Yeah, but like, what the hell?
And the parks aren't doing well either. But here's the thing. The right-wing crazy media is all over this. They think that Disney is going to be sold to Apple.
Oh, shit, you think?
Ooh.
Which is the other big rumor out there. Yeah. Which that I don't know about. I don't know. I don't think that Disney would ever sell. I mean, it is just...
I don't think so either. I don't think they would ever do that.
I just don't think they would either. I just don't think so. I mean, they were the company that bought everything for the longest time, and they can't. And here's the other thing to forget too. I mean, when you look at the run that Disney has been on lately, you know, people are like, again, the right-wing people are getting crazy. They're like, oh, look at Disney's in a decline. Disney, I don't know if it's in a decline as much as it's coming back down to reality, because since Frozen, it has just been on a nonstop tear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Frozen 2, Moana, Encanto, the Marvel movies, opening up new areas of the park, like all this crazy shit that they've done.
Yeah,
it's been through the roof, you know. So it's like, you know, and that's the thing too. Like Pixar makes shitty movies, you know. Cuddles, you're right. It's I guess it's not that great. You can't go 25-0. Like you got to take a loss somewhere at some point.
I mean, just some of the movies that they've made lately suck. Like, is it called Soul? Our kids like it, but they don't get it.
Oh, I don't even know what that one is.
Soul I liked, but it was weird. It wasn't.
I like it, but our kids don't. Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, you're Disney. They started geared towards kids. Why? Because honestly, who's spending? parents. We're gonna
Mm.
spend for our kids.
What was-
100%.
What was the one
Like-
that went direct to Disney Plus and it had the gay character in it? Remember? Our kids liked it.
That was one. Yeah, but they've never asked for it again.
Yeah, they didn't ask for it again.
Cecilia watched Frozen. I can't tell you how many times. She would sing the songs. How many times did Cecilia go to an Encanto birthday party? All of these. They never went to any of the other ones. And that they couldn't understand. They try to make it so complicated and give all these like positive vibes and and be politically correct. Kids don't understand that. They
It's
just
true.
don't get it. And that's why these movies are bombing.
It's true.
I'm
The
sorry.
ones that are tried and true are the simple princess
Yes.
and hero stories.
They
Right.
are.
You know, because that's
And-
kind of all Frozen was. It was a simple, well, it was a princess story with a nice twist to it. But if you remember, people got upset at Frozen at the time because spoiler alert, she doesn't wind up with the prince, and it's the love of a sibling and not the love of the significant other. People were upset about that. If you remember,
but it was action, and it wasn't. But kids don't notice that. Our daughter didn't notice that. She just loved the singing, and it was a lot less like sad. A lot of them just have like these sad undertones to them. That one just
no, Disney
she
movies
loves
were
it.
always sad. Oh, a parent is always whacked in the first 12 minutes of a Disney movie.
Oh God.
It was the same thing with Frozen. They died in the spoiler alert. Sorry, they die in the shipwreck.
What? I didn't know this.
Oh God.
Parents
I'm
are dead.
sorry. It's
Which,
just,
by the way, shout out to the TikTok people who are just looking for crazy conspiracy theories in Disney movies. Somebody said that the shipwreck in Little Mermaid is the same shipwreck that's in Frozen.
Yeah, I heard that too.
well, all the movies are connected somehow. There's like a little thing from each
Ooh.
one.
Yeah, but that one's clearly luck because I'm talking about the animated Little Mermaid.
From how many years ago?
Yeah.
Like
30 years before Frozen was even a thought.
that's a stretch.
Which, by the
But,
way,
you know.
there's a conspiracy theory around Frozen too, that they named it for. Did you hear this? They named the movie Frozen because they were tired of people Googling Walt Disney Frozen.
Oh,
No,
really?
Because they say he froze his head or whatever, or froze his body.
Yeah. He froze his body so that when they come back, they can like cryogenics and whatever. Yeah, I've heard of that.
So there's a theory that they either made the movie or decided to name the movie Frozen because now if you Google Disney Frozen, that's what comes up instead of, about Walt Disney freezing himself. That's a good conspiracy theory. People are also upset about the new, I guess I don't know, they released a photo of the 7 dwarfs for the new Snow White movie, and people are mad that they're not little people and they're all they're strange. They're all weird people or too tall, I think a too tall person or something crazy. They're all different ethnicities, and people are angry that they're not short little white small people.
Midgets.
Which I don't care. I mean, honestly, I'm through. I don't know how anybody could care anymore. Like, again, to Cuddle's point, like we saw the new Lion King. I don't know how many other one of the live action ones we saw, but it's like, okay, that Lion King is not for us. It's
No.
for our kids, and even then I still don't know. I mean, our son watched the shit out of that new one, but I still feel like we're going to just default back to the ones that we grew up with,
I don't know. I haven't really been such a big Disney fan. Like
The
I haven't even seen The
originals-
Lion King.
Oh my God. The originals were always just the best.
because it's what you grew up with. It's what you knew.
Yeah.
It's like they say that if you ask somebody what their favorite Saturday Night Live cast is, you're going to name the cast that was on TV before you started driving and going out on a Saturday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
But our son loves the old school Lion King.
Does he
compared to
really?
the newer. He does.
He does, but
likes the old
watched the
school
shit out of
Lion
that
King.
new one for a long time.
Oh, so
No.
that's the one. Okay. He asked me to watch a movie with him. He said Lion King. And I'm like, which one you want to watch? And he's like, you know. He did one of these, you know. And then he sprayed my white t-shirt with a water gun.
He did.
Thank
Yeah,
God
he
you
was-
said water gun because I got nervous there for a second. This Delta story is crazy. The fucking was it Frank complaining about this last episode? And I meant to say, or maybe you too, Janine. You guys are talking about the crazy delays and everything. And I was like, we went through this with the passenger bill of rights. Remember, they passed like the passenger bill of rights a couple of years ago, and you couldn't hold people on an airplane. You couldn't do this and that. I don't know what happened to that because this Delta Airlines flight that was going to Atlanta from Vegas got delayed at Harry Reid International Airport in Vegas. There was no air conditioning on the flight on the ground, and it was 111 degrees.
I did see this.
Oh.
Which is just crazy. It got so bad, people started getting sick. Flight attendants were running up and down the aisles with oxygen tanks to keep people from passing out.
Mhm.
Multiple passengers did pass out, and some people passed out and shit themselves. It was so hot.
No, I would die. I would literally just be like, you know what? Just take me now. Just take me now.
Could you fucking imagine? It's so hot you shit yourself.
But were they in the plane?
Yeah, they were in
They
the
were.
plane.
That's wrong.
It was 111 degrees.
I think that I would have said, I would have been like, you know what? Either you let me off this plane, or I'm going to start shooting. Because honestly, I would not.
Oh,
That I would not be able to make it there. I would not be able to make it.
It's so stupid. I mean, this was the stuff that people used to do years ago. And then they passed the Bill of Rights, and then it kind of stopped. And now all of a sudden we're hearing it again. Like, dude, after 20 minutes, if you're on that taxiway and you haven't taken off, time to fucking go back to the gate. That's
right.
it. That is it. Because it's these ridiculous, because I dealt with this when I worked at the airport too. As long as they push off at the gate at a certain time, that flight's on time.
Yep.
That is it.
wow.
And I saw some crazy fucking. I saw a fight one time because we were loading a plane. They actually did it. This was pre 9/11. They didn't X-ray some bags. The head of my my outfit when I worked with baggage, he was like, just throw those in the bin. And they were like, well, we didn't have an X-ray these yet. And he was like, I don't care. Get them on the bin. The managers and shit. If a flight is delayed, they have like 25 pages of paperwork to fill out.
Oh, shit.
And they don't want to do it. So this guy was like, I don't give a shit. Put the bags on the. He made sure that he wasn't responsible for that flight being delayed because he didn't want to do the paperwork.
I don't understand. Well, they're saying that. Who knows? Who knows what the real story is? They're saying that there's not enough flight attendants or pilots. That they don't want to do the job anymore. And I'm like, first of all, I think being a flight attendant is a very cool job. I would do it.
What? Do you
I
know
would.
you know how people are? People are assholes.
I know.
But
That's true.
I think it's also with pilots, they can only fly a certain amount of hours.
Yep.
And I think they're like short staffed. But hey, you let go of fucking people during COVID.
That's right.
Because they did. And now they're flying private jets, they're retiring. What do you fucking expect? But I would not want to.
These people were on the plane. These people were on the plane for 4 hours.
That's wrong.
No.
You should not be able to. That should not happen.
It should never, ever happen. That's utterly ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy. After an hour with no, and that's the other thing too. There's no air conditioning. Like, figure out a way to run the goddamn air conditioner while the fucking plane is sitting there waiting.
So what was the excuse for that?
There was no fucking excuse. It was the same old corporate bullshit. Oh, we apologize and we're looking into the, you know.
And you know what? If they say it's because of weather, then
Yep.
nothing. The people on the plane get nothing.
Yep.
And that's wrong. That's so fucking wrong.
You know what? At
We're
this
flying
point,
out in August, and I am like dreading it.
at this point, I'm past any sort of compensation for a delayed or missed flight. Just treat people like human beings. You can't sit out there for fucking
No.
4 hours
I know.
in
People
111
getting
degree
sick,
temperatures
that's
with
so wrong.
yeah, with people shitting themselves.
Did they actually like fly off after that or no?
No, the flight was canceled.
So that happened to me. That happened to me when it was 3 hours. I think I said this before.
You waited on the tarmac for 3 hours?
And I wanted to die.
Holy shit.
Wanted to die.
Whoa.
Because you know me,
3
because you know I can't
hours?
sit still anyway.
Let's get something straight. 3 hours, I'm gonna unleash my kids on you.
Right.
3 hours, you want to make me sit?
Yep.
Your pilot is gonna have my kid at the door knocking, being like, "Hey, can I fly the plane?" I'm gonna unleash my kids on you. 3
And-
hours, that's what
right.
you're gonna get.
So now it's 10 o'clock at night, and they're like, oh, well, we have to go back to the gate. This flight is canceled. And everybody went nuts. And what happened when we went there? Well, sorry, there's nothing till the next afternoon. So I was like, well, what can we do? Here's a hotel voucher. Okay.
Oh God.
So now we got to take another cab to the airport. Like I said, it's 10 o'clock at night. We're starving. And we ate at I think it was Carrabba's. And
God.
we must have ordered like, I can't tell you how much stuff because we were starving. Like remember, we're supposed to take off at a certain time, and now it's 3 hours, and they didn't feed us anything either. And we didn't get to leave till the next afternoon, and they were like, "Oh, because of weather," and it was American Airlines, and at that time there was no customer service line. There was no number to call customer service at the time because I went nuts when I came back, and it was like, "Well, you could." Email or mail a letter. I'm like, what is this? You cannot contact a live person for customer service at all because they were getting so many complaints.
They were just getting
Oh,
screamed
yeah.
at. It's crazy.
Well,
it's just crazy.
Now last night I kept getting the airport videos, and people did go crazy though. People were screaming and cursing at the top of their lungs. I was like, okay, simmer down.
I know, but
you can't expect people to just be like, sorry, like you have to get like a real answer. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the typical, we're looking into it. Like, come on, you gotta have somebody on board that has common sense to be like, and Cuddles makes a good point. I was gonna say 20 minutes. Realistically, you got 45 minutes with a plane full of adults. If there's one kid on that plane, you've got 15 minutes.
you are fucked up. Wait until my daughter gets a hold. I'm gonna unleash that beast on you. The stewardess is going to open that door because she doesn't want to deal with my son. I'm telling you, once I unleash him, it's all over.
Right.
Paul with a good point. Passengers were taken off on. I think even a flight attendant was taken off on a stretcher.
Yep.
Because that's how it's a fucking. You're cooking people at that point at 111 degrees. It's crazy.
Could you imagine someone who has a heart problem?
Right. Exactly.
They'd be dead, or they'd shit themselves. Here's Cuddles' issue. I would have been one of the people who shit themselves. There's just no way that I would have not shit myself.
You are on your own. If we're flying and I have our 2 children, you're on your own. I don't care what happens to you.
At any given moment, I could shit myself. If you turn the temperatures up to 111 degrees, it's probably going to happen. Hey, would you blow me off topic? But I woke up at like 3 a.m. today. All of my downstairs living room lights and porch light were on. I live alone and all the doors were locked and keys accounted for. I'm still confused.
Fucking burn that house to the ground. You have a spirit in your house. You have a poltergeist or whatever it's called.
That's sound advice. I couldn't say it any better. Good job, Cuddles.
Oh, God.
Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. More drama here. I don't know what to believe anymore, as I thought I was done with this whole saga between these two. But it is still going. This is the porn couple that's been making porn together for 7 years. They've always done 2 girls and 1 dude, right? The couple and another girl. Recently, the girl did a scene with a dude, and it just set the internet on absolute fire. I
I've
don't
never
know.
heard of these people before.
Yeah. I don't know what to think because both of them were in separate interviews. Like all these clips are circulating now on the internet. And there's one where Lena explains that, here, I'll just play this for you.
Like 8 days ago, something like that. I was like, I'm going to go do my scene. I came home and I feel like it was a little rough because it was new territory. Like we didn't really know our boundaries yet. We have had a threesome with another guy. It was just like very, very early in it wasn't even a relationship. I was like, he was a fuck boy and I was the girl he was fucking. And like, we had a threesome one night. Then we never talked about it again. It was like taboo to talk about. We just pretended it didn't happen. But like Adam and I have always been just down to have some fun sexual experiences. But then as he fell like more in love with me and I fell in love with him, he was just like, I can't do that with you and another guy. I can't see with another guy. It just like, it wasn't going to work for us.
So that was one clip where she says they did have a threesome at one point. And then here's another clip where he's talking in an interview.
Be in your scenes.
No. We got a one-way thing going here.
One-way thing.
I mean, we're monogamous in our private lives, and then we do shit on camera with other girls.
Right.
I got too much money to have her getting donkey fucked by some fucking linebacker.
The next.
Yeah, so that's what he said. He said, I had too much money for her to get donkey fucked by a linebacker.
Okay. Well, of course, now that I'm getting those videos as well. My feed right now on TikTok is this drama, Delta, airports and whatever, and Gilgo, beach killer.
Yep.
This guy described his penis last night, and I had to watch it twice because I was like, wait, did I catch that wrong?
What guy? The Jason Love?
Yes. He said his penis, go ahead.
7 inches in girth, 7 inches around.
7 inches around.
What?
He says it's the size of your wrist.
Oh,
and I went like this. I went like this.
Janine.
I saw it.
And I was like,
it
what?
was pretty terrifying. I saw a clip of his penis. It wasn't even 3D, but it still felt like I flinched when it came on screen. I thought it was coming at me.
Man, you should send that to me. What? I mean,
I don't know who any of these people are. Who are these people?
Well, I don't, the point is,
I don't know who's on your TikTok, but this is not coming up on my TikTok.
Oh, it's all over my TikTok. The point is that I don't know what to believe anymore because in one breath, she's like, oh, we had a threesome with a dude already. And then in the other breath, he's like, I got too much money to let a guy bang her. But now here we are. I don't know what's true and what's not true.
She's probably right. And he probably forgot about it because women never forget anything. So sorry.
That is true. But she said it was in the beginning. They had the threesome. And then as they were both falling for each other, that's when he became like.
Yeah. All right. So then again,
possessive.
how do you get to the point then where this happens? I don't understand why she needed to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here's what doesn't make sense to me. If he says he's got more money than anything, you can't tell me it's a monetary thing. You can't tell me that she did it just for the business, you know? And, you know, also if they're like, we're monogamous in our private lives, you know, then none of it, it's not, there's no consistency. It doesn't add up here. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Was that communicated? Did he tell her, like, I'd rather you not fuck another guy? Because that's, like, if he didn't say that, then it's like, hey.
Stop grabbing your arm.
Like, this is my job. Oh, my God, Janine.
Wait, actually, hold up your arm. It does kind of look exactly. Go like this. Put your fingers like this. Yep, there it is. That's exactly what it looks like. No, not in a fist, like this. In a weird. That's exactly what his penis looked like. That's it right there.
Damn.
It was scary. It was scary. It's weird. And what was the other thing I was just going to say? Oh, the point that here's what I can't let go. When she said she came home and it felt awkward, but they just hadn't found their boundaries yet. I'm sorry. I just don't think you recover from something like this.
I agree.
I think you can mask it and cover it up for a little while, but I think it's like a little tiny seedling that is just going to explode one day.
If you don't have the boundaries, yes. Because isn't there a porn couple like Johnny Sin or something? Him and his like girlfriend, she does porn. It's like they have boundaries and they set it from the beginning.
Is that the one with all the tattoos?
No, he's bald. He shaves his head.
I like how my wife is like, "What's his name?" And now she can fucking pick him out of a lineup.
Hold
Don't
on.
be jealous.
Let's see if I know. Hold on.
I don't. But you have to set boundaries from the beginning. You
Well,
can't
here's
just
the weird thing about
assume someone
boundaries.
knows your boundaries.
But here's the weird thing about boundaries. You set them prior to something,
Exactly.
not after.
Right. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Or midway, if you're feeling a certain way, hey, can you not fuck other dudes? You probably would have been like, okay.
A McDonald's in Connecticut is charging $18 for a Big Mac meal.
Why?
What?
It's in the Darien, Connecticut what do they call those? Rest stops? It's in the rest stop. It's a rest stop. McDonald's charges $18 for a Big Mac combo, $19 for a quarter pounder with cheese. It's the highest McDonald's prices, I believe, in the nation.
Who do they think they are?
If you order from Grubhub or like one of the delivery services, because you know how they always tack on money on that, the Big Mac meal would be around $21.59.
That's crazy.
What? That's nuts.
Absolutely batshit crazy, isn't it?
It's their prices have gone up though.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have.
Yeah, McDonald's is insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually good for other restaurants because you kind of like, if I'm going to pay $13 to get a burger at McDonald's that's going to make me shit my pants on a Delta plane, I might as well just go to like Applebee's or something, and get a halfway decent microwave burger.
Listen, there is nothing better than McDonald's French fries. They are my favorite French fries. Hands down. I do not like Wendy's French fries, even though I will tolerate their burgers, but their French fries are top notch.
Yeah, with 16 ingredients in them. Did you hear that the other day?
No, don't fuck it up, babe.
There's
Cut that shit out.
There's literally 6 or 4 or 5 ingredients in a McDonald's French fry, which should just be potato. There's like 4 ingredients, and this guy was saying how there's 3 ingredients in McDonald's salt. Usually salt is an ingredient.
Just salt.
McDonald's salt has 3 ingredients in it.
I like Arby's fries the best.
The curly ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Okay, here's the other thing that's driving me absolutely fucking crazy. I see this dick on TikTok, right? And he goes, I have a French fry hack. You order French fries and you ask for a large drinking cup, and then you put the French fries in the drinking cup and you could put it in the cup holder on your car.
Oh shit, he's right.
No.
No?
The fucking French fry cup fits in the goddamn cup holder. Why do you need to order another cup to fucking eat French fries out of? That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard of. This guy is like, now, if you look at all the articles about, because this is where the world we live in now, somebody does something on TikTok and then every news outlet writes an article about it. They're calling it the genius French fry ordering hack.
Who the fuck? Oh, first of all, they come in a bag. You eat the French fries out of the fucking bag.
Good point.
What the hell? And it keeps it warmer. I give up.
The fucking video has 276,000 likes on it already. This dickhead is walking around with French fries in his fucking in a drinking cup, acting like that is not a. First of all, if there is a word in the English language that no longer means anything, it's the word hack. We have
overused that one.
We have physically abused that word to mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can't I can't. It's like the lady last week that's like, squeeze a lime into your Diet Coke. You'll love it. Yeah, no shit, asshole. This is not a
Ugh.
fucking TikTok worthy moment.
Come on.
I hate to say this, but I think it's the very, very, very early beginning of the end for TikTok.
Oh, you think so?
I think it's just, I think we're 10 years away from the demise, but I think it's begun now. When we're talking about
Hacks like this.
fucking lemon in a Diet Coke's got 500,000 views, I can't. And I fancy myself, like Janine, like my wife, I feel like we are expert TikTok viewers. We are in a higher level, in a higher echelon. Don't fucking serve me the French fries in a cup video. That's not for me.
Yeah,
We're-
don't
we're-
give me bullshit.
No, we're definitely the top 3 in our little group friend chat. Would you say
Yeah,
that?
our group friend chat.
Our
sucks.
group is
Yeah, that means nothing anymore, right?
our group is the hack of friend groups.
Oh God, they wait like 2 weeks till it's on like Instagram.
Right.
Those fuckers.
You want to see what we could do?
It's the truth though. We'll exchange videos, and then your brother is a prime. How do we get your brother off of Instagram Reels and onto TikTok? Because he will send the reel 2 weeks later,
I know.
and then
And then
no
the
joke,
other guy will send it from Facebook.
Frank's brother sends it from
Oh,
Facebook
God.
4 weeks after that.
And you're
It's-
like, what are you doing? Like, why
it's
are you
horrible.
doing this?
It's
This is
horrible.
why I drink heavily.
Right.
Glenn B. And since when is TikTok more important than Trump's latest indictment? Always more important. First of all, second of all, I don't think he got indicted. Oh no, he did. He got a letter. That's right. I forgot.
Oh God, there's another one.
Yeah, it's the third one. Nobody
Oh,
cares though. He
this-
got a letter, and then the Gilgo Beach killer came up, and that's what everybody cares about. So that's why we're not talking.
Oh, here we come.
We also
Here we
couldn't
go.
talk about. I know Glenn B loves the political stuff. We couldn't talk about the whistleblower shit. There's another guy at the IRS whistleblower looking at
yeah.
Hunter Biden. Just let that keep going. It's not a news story. I hope they get. Marjorie Taylor Greene showed naked pictures of Hunter Biden today. People got upset with that. I have no problem with it.
Where is
How big is he?
Do you want to know the saddest? He's not Jason Love big, but he's doing all right for himself. You know,
I don't know, because a lot of drugs can fuck up your heart on. So I
Right,
don't know
exactly.
how good. Like he
Yeah.
might have it, but if he can't use it, it's useless.
I think that was Hunter's thought. Like, I have such a huge dick. It doesn't matter if half of it's not working. It's still going to be all right.
The other one is in the Oval Office, so that's okay.
Yeah. You know what? A sad state we're in that Joe Biden released a campaign video the other day, and you know how they show images of politicians shaking hands with people and doing the whole thing and pointing at infrastructure and things like that.
Oh God.
So he released a video, and the voiceover, instead of having like a voiceover, person do it, he literally took all Marjorie Taylor Greene sound bites
No.
of her like shitting on him. So basically, she's shitting on him, and he used her exact voice and quotes as he's doing something good, and it actually worked. Like, it legit played, because she's like, he's spending so much on infrastructure. So she's viewing that as an awful thing, and he's putting it in his win column for, well, now we have roads and bridges and shit. So that's how weird of a political time
this
it is.
world. Wait. Oh God.
We're like at polar opposites.
Like when does it stop?
Never stops.
When does she go away crazy? And when do we let him retire and live a nice life
I don't know
at
if
like
we talked,
85? Like, when does it stop?
I don't know if we talked about this, but Marjorie Taylor Greene and Boebert had a falling out, and
Ooh.
one called the other one a bitch, and
Ooh.
I forget who got kicked out. Maybe
Ooh.
maybe Glenn could let me know. I don't know if they kicked Boebert out or if they kicked Greene out. I forget, but they kicked her out of the little Freedom Caucus that they have. All right, that's all. I don't want to do all politics. Oh, also DeSantis seems to be plummeting in the polls, and like from what I read, his campaign is panicking because they're like, how is he dying out so quickly? And I honestly think it's because we only have Trump, for as much bullshit as he slings, is still entertaining on a level. And that's why I think there's a tolerance for him when other people come in and do Trump's shtick and it's just irritating and weird and annoying. They don't like it. And I think that's what DeSantis has been doing. And I think that's why he's starting to tank a bit. Bailey says that Bailey thinks it's green that got tossed. I think so.
Crazy. Anytime I see like a meme or like a funny video of like, Trump doing that funny dance that
I
like,
love that. I fucking die.
I laugh
Right?
hysterically. I think it is hysterical. I don't want him, but I think that is hysterical.
Well, that's the thing about Trump. Even if you don't like him politically, there's some entertainment value to him. Most people feel like
100%.
he is still a bit of a sideshow, and that's entertaining. These other guys don't have the charisma. So I don't know if our DeSantis is going to make it across the long haul, but I bet you this, somebody's getting fired from his campaign in the next couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly, last couple of things here before we get to 45% of people under 30 have done this. Netflix is running a con, and they got me on it. They've added 6 million new subscribers after their password sharing crackdown. And they are still having revenue disappointments.
Oh.
Yeah, so they did this thing now where if you don't live in the same household, you had to get like a new password. It totally worked on me. My parents have my password down in Florida. And it's like
We go there. We
no,
stay
it's
there.
fucked up because they come here. It's like they come here. They have their own television here. Their Netflix is on their television here and down there. Like they should be able to share our password. But because they're geologically in a different area right now, they kept on getting this thing, and they're old. So they were like complaining about it all. And I didn't want to have them go through that. So I just added the new. So now we're paying. What are we paying? Another $7 so they could have their own separate account
come on.
somewhere else. And this fucking Netflix added 6 million subscribers this way. And they're still like, our revenues are a disappointment. Like, you got to be shitting me.
Well,
they suck.
Let everyone use passwords again. Share passwords. Come on.
It's like you buy one of these streaming services. You should get 8 devices no matter what. Me alone, my phone, my iPad, and my TV. I use 3.
Right.
My wife's phone, her iPad, that's 5. Right? Like you need at least 8 with these fucking streaming things. You got a room. You got now how many TVs you got in the average house? 3? 4?
Exactly.
Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I know.
I'm on the writer's strike side of things. These fucking savages.
45% of people under 30 have done.
You got to guess?
I've been waiting for this.
Guess in the chat. 45% of people under 30 have done this. What was your guess?
Threesomes.
That was my wife's guess.
I said that.
Really?
I did. When we first opened the show, when you weren't here. I said that.
I know. I don't know.
I don't know. That's really hard. Wait, 45% of people under 30 have done this. Oh God.
Molly
I don't know.
says, "Hey, would you blow me?" Acid says Paul. No.
No, we've done. I think older generations have done that more.
It is. I guess you could consider it a sex act.
Have jerked off.
Eating booty. No, that would be 100%.
Eating booty.
Eating booty
Eating
is
ass?
not it. Eating ass is not it. How funny was Tom Segura's new special when he was talking about eating ass?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen it? You should watch it immediately when the podcast is over.
It was really good.
No, I have to watch the rest of that boring show.
What boring show?
G knows.
What show were you watching?
Concession. Wait, is that it?
Succession?
Oh, I love
Succession.
that show. I miss it.
Succession is good. Ass to mouth, that's not it. But that reminds me, Cuddles, I want to talk to you about something later. Paul
You
is
could
getting
go fuck
close.
yourself.
Paul is getting closer with sexting.
Mm-hmm. Cyber
Not-
sex.
Not golden showers. Technically
Paul
not.
is on a roll.
Actually, you said this the other day on the episode when you were telling the story about your friend.
Sent a dirty picture.
45% of people under the age of 30 have sent a nude photograph to somebody else. That is crazy high when you consider what 2023? 15 years ago, you couldn't even send a friggin' picture,
Right.
Via phone. And here we are 15 years later, and half of the people under 30 are sending dick pics.
Let's be honest. It's more butthole pictures.
Oh, 100%.
I still don't get it. I still don't get the move. Oh, did Janine just bail? That was Janine's pull the parachute. She's out.
That seems kind of low. I'm going to be honest. That's kind of low.
You think it's low?
Oh, 100%. That's low.
22% of people between the ages of 40 and 49 have sent a naked photo.
That's a lie.
So double the you go 10 years younger, you double the amount of people.
Yeah, no. I think that's a lie. I think a lot more people are sending. I think people just don't want to say it.
I mean, it just seems strange. They're saying it's a part of how people are dating these days. That
Really?
that a lot of people are kind of meeting online and having conversations, and a lot of the times it's like you send a naked photo before you even fucking meet each other.
Fucking seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
Thank
I think,
God.
see, you don't believe it, and I'm with you. I think we should investigate. You should let me text somebody under the age of 30.
I don't give a shit. Go do what you want to do.
Let me text a
Honestly.
28-year-old and see if I can get her to send nudies to me.
You keep eating what you're eating, and I'm gonna be a widow anyway. So I don't give a fuck. Okay?
Let me see here. Psychologist Carly Dober said that while sexting might sound modern, humans have always found ways to send messages to each other, and technology has just added a new element. Carly said, as soon as humans were able to send a text message with the first mobile phones, people started using this technology to send sexually explicit and flirtatious messages.
So, like, wait. I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Before texting, she's like, we've always done that. So how did we do it? Like pigeon carry it? Like, do we draw what our vagina looked like and sent it to some guy via pigeon?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I mean, think about immediately before texting was probably email. Right.
Oh God.
And then again, I wasn't old enough to do it, but I bet you there were people that were faxing people naked pictures of themselves at one point or another. Like, had to been.
Ooh, like when you sat on the copy machine and like took pictures of your ass cheeks.
Yeah.
And then you fax that to someone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, when you think about it too, like I can remember in grammar school, all the kids like drawing stupid pictures of like boobs and stuff like that and handing it over to people. So it's not like exactly like this is my parts or your, but it's the same kind of idea of like, let me, here's a lewd picture of something.
I don't get that.
I don't know. It's a big part of it. Well, I mean, it's kind of the same. I guess the earliest form you can go back to is the cave drawings. When they got naked people on the cave drawings, people are like, hey, look, I drew this penis. Look at that. Take a look, everybody. Come gather around.
I don't think they were drawing bushes back then.
Dudes are like drawing penises and going, I'm gonna invite over to see if she likes this. Look what I drew for Let's see if she wants to come over to my cave. Let me see here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know, but I think it's a weird. I saw this other thing too that I didn't put on tonight's episode, but I want to like spend a whole thing talking about it. Some guy said that there is like an AI. There's a. I guess it's like a. I don't know if it's an app or what it is, but essentially it's an AI girlfriend. And this guy goes, I just got through with a exploring the AI girlfriend, and he's like, I think we're in trouble because he was talking to this thing, and this AI girlfriend was like talking back to him, and he said it was like, I guess I don't know if he was married or he had a girlfriend or whatever, but he was like, I could see people who are like lonely completely losing themselves in something like this. And I got to tell you, like, I could see that too. Like when I think about the amount of people, that we know that are like totally asexual. Like don't have a significant other. They live by themselves. Like they're introverted or whatever their reasons are. Like Cuddles and I know a lot of people like that.
Yes.
If you give them the ability to share emotions with a thing and not have to put themselves out there and get over their introvertedness, why would they ever leave?
Aw.
Why would they ever leave that? Like I could totally see. And it wasn't that long ago that Joaquin Phoenix did that movie where he fell in love with his phone. Remember? Whatever that was called?
Yeah.
Her or whatever. And that was just like a phone thing. I don't know what this AI thing is if it's an app or whatever. But I mean, how long until they put this thing in one of them real sex dolls, give it robotic moving arms, and you call it a day? You're literally married to a fucking doll that acts as close to a human being as you could possibly get.
That's sad.
It feels like weird end of times kind of a shit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because once you have there is something to the human spirit and this ability to like put yourself out there. Like, do you remember even when you and I were getting together, how exciting and thrilling it was? And like you make those first connections and you talk, and there's all like those are wonderful and important parts of life. And now we have a way to just totally computer engineer it. It seems really dangerous to me.
Aw, you're welcome. I saved you. It's okay, babe.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. So I'm a little worried about that, but I saw this guy talking about it and I was like, I want to see what this is first before we do an episode on it. But if this is true, like it just feels like a dangerous kind of what do they call that? Pandora's box. Like, do we want to open this and go down that road?
Oh, it's already been opened. Haven't you seen those shows where I'm in love with like my car, and you see these weird ass men kissing, like literally licking their cars? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I know.
It's always men, by the way. Let's just say that.
Men seem to be a big part of the problem in anything you're talking about.
Yep.
It kind of doesn't matter what you're talking about. Men feel like the issue.
Mostly. You're the problem.
It's hard to argue against it. If you say I'm the problem, it's hard for me to be like, no, I'm not. That's all I got, Cuddles. You got anything?
I don't have anything else. I don't know. I'm eating my animal crackers and drinking my. All
right, we should end on I'm the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good place to go out with. I appreciate you guys all for hanging on this episode. Lots of fun stuff here. Of course, more on the Gilgo Beach killer and everything going on there. I'm telling you, this fucking brother, that's going to be the next thing. They're going to arrest this fuck for having somebody's body on the property. There's just no way that doesn't happen.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
That is definitely happening. Of course, we'll follow the Disney stuff. I could totally see them spinning off the TV division. They never really loved that. I don't see them doing anything with ESPN, though, because the sports is the only thing that makes money anymore in television. So I think they hold on to that. But we'll see what happens. Oh, another thing we didn't really talk about, low attendance numbers at the parks. Again,
it's expensive.
The right-wing media wants you to think it's these boycotts that they're doing, but I think it's what you just. I think it's so fucking expensive.
I think people can't afford it.
The prices have gotten out of control, and yeah, people can't afford it. Cuddles and I we're taking the family for a trip in a little while, and we're stopping in at Universal because our son is crazy about Transformers. So that's the only place you could see Transformers. So we're going to Universal. Universal is running a promotion right now where if you buy 2 days in the parks, you get 3 days free. Like that's desperation to extend people's stay.
Mhm.
That you run a promotion like that when you're not doing. That's a promotion that you run in bad weather times, in odd, weird times, not in the height of summer when you should be just jumping, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just everything is too expensive and people are buckling down.
Buckling down indeed. All right, buckle down. That's the end of the episode. Appreciate you guys. We will catch you all on the next one, which is Friday. Make sure you like and subscribe. And do all
Bye.
Go meat potato salad.
Thank you.
Maybe we should go now.